welcome back to another episode of the Bamboo Selling Podcast. If there is one thing that Asians are known for is our richness in culture, right? But we can't talk culture unless we talk food, and because it's such a huge part of our culture. So in this episode, I just want to focus more on Hmong food and the importance of it and why it means so much to us and why we still hold on to it dearly. So, what food sticks out to you? Good.
I think, the most memorable food growing up for me, and if I could have this for the rest of my life, this is the only thing I would take with me is gai ho, gai ho, and in a way is, the Hmong term or Mika term is boiled chicken.
Yes.
Reason why is it's so simple, but also in that I also feel like there's so much health benefits to it that I think we're not even aware. It's been such a staple in our diet, right? And we're just not even aware of what it actually does. And so I think growing up with that, I remember just, white rice, pepper, red pepper, and just boiled chicken.
Absolutely.
And you get the broth, the chicken broth
Yes.
with it. And that's like the best thing in the whole wide world for me. And to this day, I don't eat it just to eat it, but when my mom makes it, that's the one thing I go for.
That's kind of
without the rice now.
Right. yeah.
But that's just it's just been so memorable in that. And now that I'm more conscious of my health growing older, I really value it, and I'm like, wow, it's such a dish that it's so, I think, I don't know if it's originally Hmong. I don't know. I haven't done that research. But one thing I do know is there's so much healing properties in it. Like it's it's the chicken diet or
Postpartum, yes.
Postpartum diet for those that just, went to labor, had a baby, for the ladies. Or even guys, I don't know.
Dude, I eat it. When I make it for my wife, I eat that stuff. And yeah.
So you know how to make that?
Yeah, I know how to make it. And
what does it consist of?
So the herbs you can get them at any Hmong village or Como town or even grocery stores. They sell them in bundles. But I don't know the specifics of the herbs. But there's a bunch of different ones in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like you said, they offer medicinal benefits. So it's the herbs that gives you that taste, and man, it's just so refreshing. I love it.
Yeah, and the thing is, I think Hmong people, right? We didn't have a hospital back in the day, and on the mountaintops, right?
Right.
There's no, and so there was always a holistic, organic approach to healing the body or healing others, and I remember, my mom just using herbal medicine to heal my broken ankle.
Right.
or just, herbal stuff. But going back to, just this chicken diet, I love it. It's not a diet for me. It's always a staple, and I'm gonna keep running with this because, I really feel like there's so much more health benefits in that. But it's very authentic to our culture. I don't know if it's original, but it's authentic to me, owning myself in that Hmongness.
Is it insulting to you if I like it with store-bought chicken?
It is a little bit
chicken breast?
No, the hens you buy at at the store.
The little hens.
Because my wife judges me because I like it with the hens.
They call it the pie,
is that what they call it?
Yeah, it's not. So when you talk boiled chicken or kaipo, you can't just do it with any regular chicken.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do it with store bought. It's gonna taste funny.
It does taste funny,
because of all the and the whole point is to not. The whole point is being organic, right? And the store bought ones have all these hormones in them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the best ones are your cousin's chicken, the one that at the farm. Yes, those are the best, dude.
You need the head and everything.
Yeah.
Wait, are these the chickens that failed because they couldn't win the fight and then?
No. That's a whole.
Okay.
That's a whole different thing.
I'm not from that world. So.
But I'm glad you brought up the boiled chicken, right? Because if you look at Hmong history, I think that Aiwa has come a long ways. And it's always been a part of us, right? So to this day, we still use it at Hmong funerals, Hmong weddings, even at the airport, when you're at the airport and you see some Hmong people, like, don't be surprised when you see them pull out that freaking chicken, that whole chicken. I'm talking about
from
the foil. Yes, yes. And dude, when I see it, I'm just like, man, this dude's eating good, man. Like, I'm jealous, So that chicken, yeah, no, I swear that chicken is like a huge part of us.
Yeah.
I guess one of my favorite foods is pho. And I know a lot of people are gonna judge me right now because I'm known for the guy that you know pho, right? But I have like this love-hate relationship with pho, right? And I think it just stems from when I was a kid. My mom, that's all she made, right? Yeah, it's not that I don't like the taste of it. It's just I think I had too much of it when I was a kid, and I just don't prefer it, right? So I like the taste of it. I just don't like eating soup or the pho. But what I love about pho is how it brings people together, right? I just feel like food is like this thing where it's universal, right? It doesn't matter where you come from, we all eat it.
Yes.
And it's more than nourishment, right? Like our culture's in it, our creativity's in it. And I just think when you come together, especially with Hmong people, when we come together to eat pho, it's such like this communal thing, and I just love how pho does that, right? And so I love pho for that reason, and I know people are gonna judge me because every time we eat pho, I'm always eating something else, But I love it for the fact that we're always together, or it brings people together.
Remind me not to invite you to my birthday party. No, but dude, yeah, like what is it about like boiled stuff that like hits home to us, right? Like gai zhou, like that. You can kind of consider it like pulled pork. Gai zhou for Hmong is kind of like pulled pork, but we add like the fat, the everything, and then like sometimes people just throw in like green mustard or bamboo. And it's just that stuff that like sits there on the stove for like a long time until everything just pulls off the bones. And I think you added before this podcast, you said the collagen, right? Collagen is kind of like in style now.
Yeah.
But I think we've been doing it for a while. So if you could add more to it, that'd be great.
Yeah. No. So you know how collagen is trendy, right?
Yes.
You'll see it at the food market with powder, and what it is just melted bone marrow from broth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Beef broth and chicken broth, and that has always been a staple in our diet, right? And so how they say like Asians don't raisin. I don't know if you guys heard that.
I've heard that term, yeah.
But my theory is we've always had that in our diet where Asians, for me personally. So here's a story. So last year I went to a high school graduation ceremony, and a kid assumed that I was one of the graduates, and I'm like, dang, like me being a graduate, I'm like, dang, that's
a compliment.
That's a great compliment. And then I'm like, dang, he didn't see these wrinkles or not. But in that way where I think we've always had it in our diet, but it's never been a trendy thing.
Yeah.
And that or collagen was always a thing in our diet, but it was just part of simple, basic food lifestyle that we grew up with. From the old country or from the mountaintops where we are from.
Yeah, and I think it stems from like not wasting anything. We kind of eat everything, so the collagen is like you said.
Chicken feet.
Yeah, I know, right? It's whatever's in the bone, and we boil everything to the point where this stuff just comes out of it, and we get all the nutrients. So which is good, yeah.
Yeah, maximize everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then our foods, I feel like our foods are really simple.
Yeah.
And just for the fact of how our parents lived back then, right? Our parents were farmers, right?
Yeah.
And so I just sometimes feel like you can speak to that a little bit more. I know my parents, they talk about it, but like I just feel like they worked hard, right? But I think my dad was a soldier, so my dad didn't have to do the farming as much. What about your parents? Like
Yeah, so from the stories I heard and just from talking to some of the elders, right? One of the reasons why our food, when we talk Hmong food, we talk comfort food, the stuff that we like boiled chicken, the simple stuff. And one of the reasons behind it too is that people are always like tending the fields, right? You don't have time to come home and like prep up a decent meal. So it's just the whole saying, we eat to live and we don't live to eat. And unfortunately, the simple food that we cook has like transcended time. And to this day, you know, I think when I say I miss my mom's cooking, it's the simple stuff. You know, it's that plain old boiled pork with jao on that green. You know, the ones that we eat at like a lot of Hmong gatherings, the ones that everybody goes to, you know. And a lot of that comes from being out in the field all day. You get, by the time you get home, it's already dark, it's already late. You don't have time like to waste an hour on preparation. So you just throw something real quick. I mean, the way they make these freaking pork and boiled grains, they just break them. Like there is no using a knife and making it look pretty. It's not about being pretty. It's about being like efficient. Yeah, and that's kind of one of the historical points of like the simplicity, the simpleness of our food.
Yeah.
Do you guys find yourself sometimes, right, where you're eating out too much and you're just like, man, after a week of eating out or something, I just want some Hmong food.
Yeah,
I
right?
just want something simple.
Yeah.
Not too much flavor, not too much sauce.
Yeah.
Like, I just want some. I find myself there all the time.
Right. We always come back. We don't matter where you go, right? You always default back to like that simple comfort food.
Yeah.
You know?
And you don't need all the taste or
Yeah.
the flavor and the, you know, the sauces
Right.
that overdoes everything in
Yeah.
that. And so, yeah. But I think for me, I have felt embarrassed. You know, I remember working at companies and felt embarrassed to share or to show my food. Have you guys ever felt embarrassed of bring your very pungent or very weird looking food to, you know, work or school? And
There are some stuff that I don't pack for work. Okay, like for instance, like fish. The way we cook our fish is very pungent. But you know, I think you touched on it a little bit too. Is that like, you know, I don't think other people are other people ever embarrassed of their food?
I don't know if white people have ever been embarrassed of their food. And I think for me, it feels like, dang, and this is one thing I need to get over, of, hey, when you reject my food, you kind of reject a part of me. Is that something that you guys feel? I don't know.
Dude, food is so much us that, like, yeah, you're right. When somebody rejects food, it's almost like they don't take us as who we are wholly, right?
Because it's so part of us. I don't know.
I think it's like, at least try it, right? If you don't like it, fine, right? But when they don't even try it, I feel the rejection, right? I'm like, dang, dude, like, all right.
Especially like you get the fish sauce and the shrimp paste and all that. It just smells, and then it does some of it doesn't look that good, you know. But growing up with it, it's so exotic to other people, but to us, it's so like homey and comfort. Food and all that. And so I've definitely been embarrassed, you know, and I think we've been in spaces where we're the only Asian, right? And so in that there is a embarrassment, but in that we try to protect. I don't know about you guys, I try to protect that, right? And be like, hey, like, I don't want you to reject this part, or protect that in a way, because it's such a part of our culture. It's not our identity in that, but it's such a part of that. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good point. I've never really like thought about it, you know, that if anyone else was ever embarrassed of their food. But growing up, you know, I have been like I said earlier, you know, there are certain dishes that I just won't pack for work just because it smells different, it looks different, and so on those days I just eat like noodles or something, you know.
Yeah. Well, that's all we got for this episode, guys. Hey, if you enjoyed this episode of The Bamboo Ceiling, we'd love for you to subscribe, rate, and give us a review on iTunes. You can also follow us on Facebook and Instagram at #TheBambooCeiling. Until next time, use your voice.